I find myself at a loss when dungeons in places filled with baddies like a demon castle. Tips or suggestions for making these places more interesting and not just tons and tons of combat. Yes, I was literally designing a dungeon today, and I'm gonna walk you through some of the stuff that I do to help make my dungeons not just full of combat. By the way, if you like science fiction RPGs but prefer the rule mechanics of D&D 5th edition, Waystar might be exactly what you're looking for. On Kickstarter now, but ending very soon, the Waystar game system uses 5e rules you're familiar with and preserves the fast-paced nature of the game, only in a science fiction setting. Now you can run something with a Mass Effect feel, or something more like Firefly. And what I really like about Waystar is that it contains everything you need to start playing. The core rulebook, the Creature Codex, the Triangulum Galaxy Setting book, and Steal the Stars, an action-packed heist adventure. The last day to back Waystar on Kickstarter is September 13th, so click the link below and don't miss out. What you don't want to do is this is a map for a dungeon. You don't want to really have a dungeon or an adventure. I say dungeon, but really what I'm saying is a location-based adventure. It is an adventure that takes place in a location. In this case, this is a palace. So you don't want to have a dungeon or a palace or a castle or wherever where all there is to do is fight things. Fight things, fight things, fight things. So there are three pillars of D&D. There is social interactions, which a lot of people call role-playing, and I want to strangle them. It's not role-playing, the whole game is role-playing. Talkie we refer to as social interactions. And then there is exploration, and then there is combat. So when I design a dungeon, I try to put all three of those pillars into the dungeon. I design it that way. So this dungeon has a bunch of bad guys in it. Now, this is a palace, and the premise of this palace is that there is a very powerful fiend in this palace. Let's just call him Mammon. And he is a fiend that is dedicated to debauchery and gluttony. And carnal pleasures, wealth as well, lots of wealth. So this palace is basically full of coins and other treasures, and it has feast halls. It has a feast hall in every single corner. And in these corners right here, the fiends in this palace are just feasting and partying the entire time. The central area has the throne room where Mammon himself is. And then there are kitchens off to the side with human servants who are constantly preparing food and serving food to the fiends, because the fiends are eating all night and all day without stop. So, design considerations. First of all, the objective of the adventure is to defeat Mammon. However, there are lots of bad guys all around here. So this isn't designed for you to just simply go in and kill all the bad guys. You could just go around clockwise, kill all the bad guys, and then go in here and kill him. You could. It would be very challenging because there's lots of bad guys in here, but it's possible. But instead of that, what we have designed is perhaps an opportunity for more stealth, for more sneaking around. So that is an element of a different way to overcome and bypass encounters than just combat. That is baked into this. This isn't intended to everything to be a fight. A lot of these feast halls, you could just not do any of them potentially and just bypass them entirely. The other thing is these kitchens that have humanoid servants in there, they are there for a reason. Social interactions. These are people that are basically being enslaved by the demons, the fiends that live here. They're actually devils, probably more than demons. That the players, the characters, as they enter this palace, will have an opportunity to interact with. They will be able to talk with these humanoid servants. They will be able to say, hey, why are you here? Oh, you're slaves. Oh, we can probably help with that. Why don't you give us information about these bad guys to help make our lives easier? There is a social interaction right there. So I have baked social interactions into a part of this adventure. And obviously, anytime you encounter bad guys,
that is an opportunity for social interactions. Bad guys don't necessarily just attack when they first see you. They might ask who you are, what you're doing there. They have motivations too. Next, exploration. A lot of people erroneously think exploration means traveling from point A to point B, and that is just not what exploration is at all in the game. Exploration involves poking around, looking at things. Exploration has lots of suspense, followed by a payoff. So, for instance, when you're searching for traps and secret doors, that's exploration. And then when you find a trap or you find a secret door, that's the payoff. You have found that thing and you were rewarded for your curiosity, for your poking around. So I have built into this dungeon some secret doors that you could find with guards behind them. So if you find the secret door, you won't be surprised by the guards when they pop out. There is a secret door that goes into the treasure vault, which has all of the real actual treasure. So you could find that and go in here and get some cool stuff. So I've designed some, and also, by the way, simply the fact of moving around this dungeon, which is not linear, by the way, a very important design consideration for a dungeon, and has multiple entrances. Notice the front doors, notice the side doors over here. As you're moving around through this dungeon, seeing where everything is and deciding what you're going to do, and oh, bad guys, bad guys, bad guys, bad guys, that's exploration too. That is part of the active exploration. Obviously, there's going to be some combat in here too. There are a bunch of fiends in here. And so I have designed this dungeon very intentionally to incorporate all the pillars: social interactions, exploration, and combat, and not just be focused on combat. And so the answer really to your question is intelligent game design will help you to create the opportunity for something more than just combat to happen. That doesn't mean that your players are going to take advantage of that opportunity. They might still decide to kill everything and attack everything, but you have at least done your part as the dungeon master to design a dungeon in such a way that it won't just be you must kill everything.
Click on the screen now to watch another fine DM Lair video, or to become a DM Lair patron, play D&D with me, and get an issue of Lair magazine every month. And until next time, let's play D&D.